Let's solve this together. It says 7 over x and 7 over x is equal to x over 7 dot x over 7. And I got to solve for the value or values of x in this question, okay? Now, first things first, recall the law of indices that states that a raised to power m dot a raised to power n is equal to a raised to power m plus n, okay? Now, when you have this dot here simply means multiplication, alright? 7 times 7 is 7 raised to power 2 all over x times x is x squared. The same thing on the other side, okay? Now, moving on from here, you can say let's cross multiply. So we have 7 squared times 7 squared. Using this law, will now be 7 raised to power 2 plus 2 is 4. And this is equal to x squared times x squared is equal to x raised to power of 4. So we have that. You can write this as x raised to power 4 minus 7 raised to power 4 is now equal to 0, okay? Now, moving on from here, let's now say that we can re-express this as x raised to power 2 all raised to the power of 2 minus 7 raised to the power of 2 all raised to the power of 2 is equal to 0. And which law is this? The law we use here is the law that states that a raised to power m all raised to the power of n equals a raised to power m multiplied by a raised to power n, alright? So apply this is the law we are using here. This is difference of two squares. What was the law of difference of two squares states? If I have a squared minus b squared, okay, it's equal to a plus b multiplied by a minus b, okay? Applying this law here, we're going to have that this becomes x squared minus 7 squared multiplied by x squared plus 7 squared is now equal to 0, okay? Now, again, you can see that you have this and this multiplying to give you 0. When two things are multiplying to give you 0, it's either the first one is equal to 0 or the second one is equal to 0. And how does this come about? Now, recall, like, if you have 4 times 0 is 0. If I also have 0 times 4 is 0, okay? So, it's either this number has to be 0 for me to have 0 as the answer, or this one has to be 0 for me to have 0 as the answer. This is just a general example. So we can now say it's either that this first term, which is x squared minus 7 squared, is equal to 0, okay? From here, we now say we use the first of two squares again. So we have x minus 7 multiplied by x plus 7 is equal to 0, okay? Now, from here, we can now say that it's either this is equal to 0 again or this is equal to 0. So if this is equal to 0, this becomes x will become 7 or x will become minus 7. So x is equal to plus or minus 7, okay? So these are the first two answers for x. Now, for the second term, we have that is x squared plus 7 squared that is equal to 0. Now, we're going to use a relation known as sum of two squares. Sum of two squares states that a squared plus b squared is equal to a plus bi multiplied by a minus bi, where I is equal to roots of -1. Okay, moving on from here, we can now use the law of sum of two squares. So we have x plus 7i multiplied by x minus 7i is equal to 0. Okay, now again, it's either that this is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0. So it's either that x is equal to -7i or positive 7i. Hence, x is equal to plus or minus 7i. Now, what the first answer we got is that x is equal to plus or minus 7. Okay, so these are the 4 answers for x in this question. Thanks for watching. If you made it to the end, please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video.